Peace and blessings, family. It's your girl Sony back again with another one. Today's a beautiful day. It's not even noon, and I'm rocking. It's not even noon, and the girl is rocking. By the time 1 or 2 come, I'm gonna be taking a nice little nap. But that's what this life is all about. It's about enjoying yourself, having a ball, and damn, I feel good. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I knew that I would. With my son on the side. You know, family, I hope you're enjoying this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Morning, almost afternoon. You know, I think about a lot of things that I've been through, a lot of situations. And this era that I'm in now is unfamiliar because I'm stepping into a place that I've never been before. I am a version of myself I've never been. And see the healing journey, being on this healing journey has been amazing. And I don't want to sound mean, nasty, or vicious, but I really don't care if I speak to anyone that I've known who does not have the same ideology as me. I'm so tired of being around people that are hurt who try to hurt other people, because hurt people do hurt people. I'm tired of being around mental midgets, insecure little girls who want to play dress up as decent human beings and decent women. I'm tired of being around unhealed demons who come across as righteous individuals. I don't know what's up with the daggone cat. I mean, he must feel it too. But I'm tired of watching cosplay 24 hours a day. They cosplaying so much that they don't even realize that they're cosplaying, because they truly believe that they are these entities. The mask is masking. I am not happy with anything that I see right now. I have been cutting into people verbally left and right, because it has come to the point now when you see people continuously after decades going down the same road. God tells me to tell you something. I've been telling you this, and you don't take the heed. I gotta cut you out of my life, because one thing about me, I don't like to reiterate what I have said. It's me. I don't have a vindictive bone in my body. If I tell you something, if I tell you that God has told me to give you this message, and you continuously ignore it, I'm not gonna waste my time, but I don't need you around me either. Because the enemy wants to kill, steal, and destroy. They want to siphon your energy from you. People come around you as a battery. Well, my whole life, people want to come around as a battery. They don't want to hear my truth, because my truth is God's truth. They want me to hold them by the hand and tell them that they're so magnificent and beautiful. No, I'm not going to sit and lie to you. I'm magnificent and beautiful. I had one person come into my life, and they was upset that I didn't have what they felt I should have since the last time we spoke. That I wasn't as abundant as I was the last time that we spoke, the last time we saw one another. And it wasn't that they wanted the best for me, it was because they wanted my abundance. But they didn't understand that I am more abundant now than I have ever been in my life. The problem is they don't understand what abundance is. They still looking like this for abundance. When they realize my abundance, I always get the side, is here. That was always my abundance. So I am the abundance. The abundance is not around in what I can do. I am the abundance. You are the abundance. But to the untrained eye, to the unhealed eye, to the demonic eye, they will always look for this. Because always remember, the enemy don't see people. People are just things. They will use you to get what they want. The only thing that the enemy wants from you is your soul. Without your soul, you're nothing. So they're going to promise you the riches of this. See, the enemy can't affect me because there's nothing that this world has that I want. The love that I've always searched for is a divine love. It's not here. I've never chased money. I'm celibate. It's nothing you can actually give me. What can the enemy give me that Christ hasn't already given me? I have peace. I have peace of mind. I have love. I have joy. I have all the fruits of the Spirit. I got my little fur animal. I love me. God loves me. I don't need nobody else to love me. But when I was broken, oh God, when I was broken, I was searching and hooping and hollering. Oh God, why can't she do this? Why? They could not love me the way that I wanted to be loved because they didn't love them and I didn't love me. They could lust after me. I could lust after them. And we lusted for a long time. Rounds and rounds of lust. Because people will meet you where you are. The universe can only give you what you give it. So when you heal and you raise that vibration, I mean, I cannot believe that I have been celibate for as long as I have. Tell me in my 20s and my 30s, I would have looked at you and laughed. My chicks would have looked at you and... I digress. But I found pleasure in pleasure. Like most broken people, we find pleasure in pleasure. Pleasure comes in between the thighs of someone else, being in the street, doing something harmful and deadly. I mean, there's all different ways, but none of them are productive. When you heal, baby, the happiest I am is sitting up here with this little fat boy, reading a book, doing this, meditating. I'm from a place where people don't meditate. We go to the streets. There's nothing but liquor stores and check cashing places. I grew up in a place where people don't have passports. I grew up in a place where they only left the city when they went and did a bid. That's the only time they left the 5 boroughs is when they went upstate to do a bid. And I'm so tired of hearing these horror prison stories. And if they ever went out of town, it was because they was dirty. They was doing something underhanded, but it was nothing productive. I took my family on vacation. And if they did, it was because they was able to do it off of ill-gotten means. So this is the place where I come from. You go and hug a tree, they about to put a 5150 on you. You walking outside, if you could find some grass in New York, and you talking about grounding, they looking at you like, oh, we about to lock up. I'm about to get an SSI check on this one. That's the people, that's the areas that I come from. You talking about love and light, they looking at you like, what? You a Herb, you a Vic. There's something wrong with you. A 5150. Your family will have a SSI, SSD check on you with the quickness. And somebody will be your payee because all of a sudden you mentally incapacitated so you can't take care of yourself. Y'all better stop playing. I know some underhanded individuals that you would say, and y'all got the same DNA, baby. DNA don't mean nothing. That soul tribe is amazing. I tell you, my best friend Daphne, God bless her little soul, we met over 20 some years ago. Well, I think we're 10 years apart. Her family's my family. I met her sisters years ago. They're my sisters. Her nieces and nephews are mine. Her cousins are mine. So God will give you a soul tribe. Growing up, my family was close. As we got older, we wasn't as close. I gravitate toward people who are close to their families because I'm still going to get that family unit, whether it's my DNA or it's mine through love. Love or blood. So God will always give you what you need, baby. You may not be born into certain things, but raise that vibration and heal. Because I had so many mother wounds, father wounds, abandonment issues. Oh, we had to heal that. So that's why I say none of the demons that entered before can enter. Because they entered because I was unhealed. I was hurt. I was broken. I felt I didn't come here as a whole person. Because I kept seeing what I didn't have instead of what I did have. I kept looking through rose-colored glasses. I didn't see my abundance. I didn't see my beauty, I didn't see the way that I was supposed to see with my third eye. I kept looking through my visual, through these 2 eyes that will lead you blind. If you look through these two, you're going to be deaf, dumb, and blind. You have to look through that spiritual eye. But it took me a long time, but all of these was lessons to get me from point A to point B. Now, I can't be with somebody's unhealed daughter. I get the ick. It's weird because the spiritual walk, I tell you, it's spoiling my life in a good way. I can no longer have the fruitless conversations that I used to. Because sometimes, and I'm not going to lie, I would talk to some pretty women. I mean, these women was bad. They was bad. When I say they was bad, they were so bad. And I'm like, what's she sitting here talking to me for? Because they was bad. But babies, the conversations made me have to zone out because I said, Lord, I might be able to have this conversation for a good night, maybe two. But I can't have no lifelong surface level conversations. And I don't need you to have the same interests as me. I don't need you to have the same depthness, intellect. But baby, we got to talk about something outside of social media, outside of reality TV. Like, we have to talk about some real things. So for me, beauty has always been brains and heart. That's beauty. Well, I find beauty, it always says in the eye of the beholder, you may not find it. But I ran after the surface level, the ooh. And realized, no, baby, it's not what it's cut up to be. So I just had to be me because I've always marched to a beat of my own drum. And I don't care what people say. I mean, people have talked about me since I came here the same way they talked about Christ. The difference is, I don't care anymore. I really don't care. And that was decades of people pleasing, doing this, doing that. So you gotta live for you, baby. At the end of the day, all of these situations, good and bad, has helped you get to this person, this version, and you have to learn from everything. I was telling my friend last night when I called, I said the sad part, most of the pain that I've had over this lifetime was from the people that were supposed to have loved me. From best friends who was talking trash. And this was years ago in my youth, and that's how you learn. Had two friends talking about me for the longest time. Unbeknownst to me, I don't know neither one. And I never did anything to neither one of them. But how God is a good God, I was always protected. Because one thing about me, even coming here with Erb's palsy, anybody around me in my vicinity always knew physically, they still couldn't touch the kid. Because I was a beast. When I tell you I was a beast, I was a beast. So I never had to worry about 2 and 3 people trying to jump. And that was never my story because everybody knew, baby, some hands get touched on this, I'm touching everything. So that was never something I had to worry about. But at the end of the day, the two who was my best friends at the time, 2 years later, they ended up getting in a fight. Who was there? Me. Me and one friend went to the house of the other friend. As soon as she came out, she knew the jig was up. She came out with a little pipe. Her and her sister-in-law went at it. And I sat there and I watched them. Because these was 2 people who was talking about me and I had never did anything to neither one of them. Still to this day, I helped both of them. I've never been an underhanded person. I've always been a righteous person. I've always been a righteous person. And I said, wow. Because as soon as she came out, trying to regulate her sister-in-law, I said, because you want to fight to shut up so y'all don't have to talk about who said what and that. As God said, vengeance is mine. Me and the other one walked back home and got to talk because I already knew. But as my friend, you should have known me better. But that's why I don't never put anything into people because people are fickle and I still help them. It's still, to God be the glory. But you live, you learn, and you learn. You better learn. And after that, I raised my vibration. I healed and I started switching. I wasn't dealing with them little ghetto girls no more. I don't care. We knew each other from high school. I wasn't dealing with the hood girls no more. Because hood girls, you got an expiration date and you don't have loyalty because y'all wasn't raised knowing loyalty. And even if you had a daddy, because most of the people I grew up with outside of me and 2 of my other friends had fathers. Out of the 3 of us, only one of us had a father who stayed with her. And not in the traditional way that you would think. But it was all dysfunction. So I had to get away from the dysfunctional. Because when you know dysfunction, that's all you know. Hurt people hurt people. So be careful about who you align yourself with. Because everybody that smiles is not your friend. I've always had people that was jealous of me, envious of me, and for what? I didn't see it at that time. But even when I was in these environments, I was not of those environments, and the people in those environments knew I was not like them. And I'm so glad that my daughter doesn't have to be in those environments, even though the behaviors are the same, and that's why I'm talking to her now that she's getting older, and she understands it as well. You watch out and you protect yourself, and you always put God first, because God sees what we don't see. God hears what we don't hear. God knows the heart of man. That's why I am so grateful for everything that God has done for me. Because if it wasn't for God, I probably wouldn't have made it out of childhood. I probably wouldn't have made it out of childhood. And it wasn't because of anything that I did or said. That's the sad part. I can see if I was one of the messy people. I've never been messy. I don't like messiness. I am a pillar of secrets. When I leave here, so many people's secrets are going to go with me. That's who I am. I'm loyal. I'm respectful. I'm honest. And I've always tried to find that. But the sad part is when I meet people, they try to be who they think I want them to be. When all I want is honest people, because I've been raised around bull crap my entire life. I see it a mile away. I keep telling them, don't let the little cute face fool you. God put me here in plain sight, but don't let I have been around some atrocious people my entire life. So family, the journey never stops. And I can always dissect me, my actions. If I am around someone, and let's say they got some good news. If I feel a certain type of way, I will go in and say, God, why is this? And I will go in and figure out. And I will heal that part. And it's very rare that those feelings come up, but I'm human. But a lot of people go through that, and then they try to throw stuff in the game. Oh, she thinks she's better than everybody. No, she's better than you, and that's why you're projecting it onto her. So whenever I have an issue, that something that comes up that's not divine, I'm going to work on it, because I know that I'm better than that. That's not me. That's not my essence. That's the enemy trying to throw something in the game. Because always remember, the enemy can only use those who are closest to you. Who cares what a stranger says to you? Who cares what an unhoused person on the side of the road is saying? No, he's going to use the closest ones to you. Through DNA, through love, through this, through that. But they have to have some type of close connection to you. Other than that, what are we doing here? It means nothing. Me, the healed version, I can cut anybody off. I've been cutting people off for the longest. Because I realize now, no one is worth my well-being. No one is worth my peace of mind. No one. There's something that happens to you when your mother and your father is no longer here, regardless of your age. No matter how many siblings you have, you are here on your own outside of God. You could be married. I just told you 25 years, y'all see what happened, and she wasn't even married. You are in this place by yourself. The sooner you realize this, the better. Your children will leave you one day. Your family will leave you one day. Your lovers will leave you one day. If you are the breadwinner, and you've been talking to people that's beneath you, but they're cute, and you want to do this and want to do that, let's see what happens if you lose your money, if you lose this, if you get sick, if you lose a limb. Let's see how long those people there. They're going to be dragging everything that you ever purchased for them out that house to go to somebody else. Because that's how fickle humanity is. I'm not like y'all. So that's why it always has to be deeper, has to be more meaning. And that's why I'm closed off by myself. I know who I am. I know the magnificence in me. And I'm not willing to step off my pedestal for anybody's unhealed daughter, mama, grandmama. It ain't gonna be no great grandmama, because I still like my chicks kind of young. But you get where I'm coming from? When you know who you are, you're not willing to settle for anything less than what you deserve. And I hope that you feel the same way too. I gotta go. Peace and blessings, love and light, Ashe.